Don't miss the tea. Subscribe now.
Girl, order another round. Seriously, tell the waiter to just leave the bottle. You are not going to believe the week I have had. I am shaking right now just thinking about it. I need to vent, and I need you to tell me if I'm crazy because I feel like I am losing my absolute mind. You know partner's name, obviously. You know we've been together for 3 years. You know the drill. I have been fighting tooth and nail to make this man my end game. I have put in the time, the effort, the tears, all of it. And on paper, you know he looks perfect. He's got that fancy career, his family is obsessed with me, which, let's be honest, is a miracle in itself, and the man knows how to handle money. He is financially skilled, okay? And you know I value that. I'm not trying to date some broke scrub who needs me to mommy him through tax season. But girl, emotionally, I am exhausted. I am depleted. I feel like I have been dating a brick wall that occasionally apologizes. We just had another massive fight. Like screaming match, tears, the whole 9 yards. And it's about the same thing it is always about, his constant, never-ending neglect. It's like he lives in a bubble where I exist only when it's convenient for him. Every single time I bring it up, he does that sad puppy dog face. You know the one. He looks at me with those big eyes and says, "Babe, I'm sorry, I'm just forgetful." Or, "I didn't mean to, I promise." I didn't mean to. If I had $1 for every time I heard that, I could retire right now and move to the Amalfi Coast. It's weaponized incompetence, isn't it? It has to be, because nothing ever changes. We have the talk, he acts right for 3 days, and then we slide right back into the pit. Let me tell you what he did recently. You are going to scream. So a few days ago, I got hit with this nasty bug. I'm talking high fever, shivering, body aches, the works. I felt like I was literally dying. I could barely lift my head off the pillow. I was incredibly vulnerable. Now, think about what I do when he gets a sniffle. I'm there with the soup, I'm fluffing his pillows, I'm checking his temperature every hour. I'm not saying I do it to get a reward, I do it because I love him. It's basic human decency, right? So there I am, burning up with a fever. And where is my loving boyfriend of 3 years? Is he checking my forehead? Is he bringing me water? Is he asking if I need meds? No, he is in the living room, playing video games. I could hear him screaming at the TV, laughing with his online buddies, having the time of his life while I'm in the bedroom sweating through the sheets. I spent the entire day alone in that room. And then this is the part that actually broke me. I fell asleep for a few hours, just passed out from exhaustion. When I woke up, the house was silent. I thought, okay, maybe he went to the pharmacy. Maybe he went to get me some Gatorade. I check my phone, nothing. I drag myself out of bed, checking the apartment. He's gone. Girl, he went out with his friends. While I was asleep, with a high fever, he just left. He didn't wake me up to check if I was still breathing. He didn't leave a note. He didn't leave a glass of water on the nightstand. He just bounced. Later, when he finally strolled back in, I confronted him. I was livid, and his excuse. "Oh, you were asleep. I didn't want to bother you." Bother me? I needed care. I needed a partner. It hurt deeply. It wasn't just about the water or the meds. It was the message it sent. It screamed, "Your suffering is an inconvenience to my leisure time." And you know what drives me up the wall? He is obsessed with everything being 50-50. We split the rent. We split the bills. We split dinner. Fine. I have my own career. I make my own money. I am a successful woman. But if we are going 50-50 on the finances, why am I putting in 100% of the emotional labor and getting 0% back? It's like I'm dating a roommate who I sometimes sleep with. And don't even get me started on his friends. That is a whole other saga. When we are hanging out with his boys, I basically cease to exist. I become a piece of furniture. He completely ignores me. No eye contact, no checking in. It's like he forgets he brought me. And his friends, they are rude. They talk over me constantly. I'll be in the middle of a sentence trying to contribute to the conversation, and one of them will just cut me off and start talking about football or crypto or whatever, and partner's name just sits there. He doesn't say, "Hey, she was talking." He doesn't defend me. He even lets them interrupt me. It feels so off. It makes me feel small. And when I tell him this, he acts like I'm being sensitive. But I know I'm not. It's disrespectful. I honestly felt so lost that I did something stupid. I went on Reddit. I know, don't look at me like that. I just needed a third opinion, someone unbiased. I posted the story about the fever and the friends. And oh my God, the comments section was a dumpster fire. People were calling me desperate. Can you believe the audacity? Someone literally called me a gold digger because I mentioned that he has a good career and is good with money. Excuse me, I am a high-value woman. I have my own successful career. I'm not sitting around waiting for a handout. I mentioned his finances because stability is important. Just because I want a partner who isn't a financial train wreck doesn't mean I'm desperate for his wallet. It really drives people crazy when a woman is self-sufficient. They can't handle it. They see a woman who has standards, who lists a man's positive traits, career, family, financial skills, and they immediately project their own insecurities. They think, oh, she's just staying for the money. No, I stayed because I saw potential. I stayed because we have the same drive to achieve our dreams. I thought those qualities were the foundation we could build on, but I had to clap back at them in an update. I told them I am grown enough not to take advice from strangers. I just wanted validation, not a psychoanalysis of my character. I'm not desperate. I'm just disappointed. They were all saying, he's a manchild, dump him. And honestly, maybe they're right about the manchild part. I mean, I'm his first girlfriend. He spent his whole life focusing on his career and saving money, but he completely skipped the learning how to treat a human being phase. He has zero relationship experience. I've had past relationships. I know how this is supposed to work. He's just stumbling around in the dark, and I'm the one getting bruised. I tried to tell myself that the emotional stuff wasn't a big deal. I thought, okay, on paper he's great. The other stuff is just a bonus. But it's not a bonus, is it? Empathy isn't a bonus feature you pay extra for, it's the base model. So here is where I am at. I am fully in observation mode. I sat him down after the fever incident and I laid it all out. I gave him an ultimatum. I told him, I am no longer sure this is the kind of relationship I want long-term. I saw the panic in his eyes, but I didn't back down. I told him that I am tired of waiting for him to grow up. I need a partner, not a project. But part of me is terrified. I'm doubting everything. Part of me is scared of losing him because, despite everything, I do love him. And let's be real, there is a convenience and stability to our life. We have a rhythm, even if it's a dysfunctional one. The thought of throwing away 3 years and starting over in this dating market. It's a nightmare. But then I think about being sick and alone in that bedroom while he's out drinking with his friends. I think about being talked over at dinner parties while he stares at his phone or laughs along. Is this neglect just immaturity that he can grow out of? Is it just because he's never had a girlfriend before? Or is this just him? Is this who he is at his core? If I was a gold digger like those idiots on the internet said, I would just shut up, let him play his games and spend his money. I'd be happy digging trash as long as the bills were paid. But I'm not happy. I voiced my disappointment. I have non-negotiables. I want him to be my endgame. I really, really do. But I feel like I'm holding on to a fantasy of who he could be, rather than dating the man he actually is. So tell me the truth. Be brutal. Am I wasting my time waiting for a 26-year-old man to develop emotional permanence? Or do I stick it out in this observation mode and see if the ultimatum actually shook something loose in that brain of his? Because right now, the tea is bitter and I am ready to spit it out. What would you do? But here's the kicker. What if I told you I just found something that changes everything?